locked to the In the Spotlight radio show, celebrating 6 years on the air. We're coming right back.
In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
Wow, this is an absolutely powerful song there by Colton T. And I suspect I had never really watched the song in its entirety to even notice that the lyrics are also superimposed during the song as well. And this one can be a bit emotional, but someone says, Colton T, your mom would have been very proud of you. And I know it is an emotional way to start off the program tonight, but we would have had to deal with it at some point in the program. And I said, you know what, we're going to start off with it. Colton Thomas, good evening to you.
Good night, good night, good night. Indeed, it dampened the mood.
Don't worry, you will be fine. I'm going to ask you first, Colton, to tell me about this lady that you wrote this song about.
Oh, well, my role model, yeah. That's my lady, that's all I can just describe her, not too many words. Because too many words can't really express, what she means to me, but my role model, for sure.
Role model.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about her some more, but I'm going to allow you the opportunity to say good evening to those who are tuned in to the program tonight. Let me just say, first of all, it is my pleasure to have you on the In the Spotlight radio show tonight as you're getting ready to launch your Impossible album later on in the week. In fact, on Wednesday, you're going to be doing so, and I get the sense that people are very excited and very hyped about it. So I'm going to allow you the opportunity, first and foremost, to say good evening and to just embrace everyone who is tuned in to the program via radio or via social media tonight.
Yeah, man, well, let me just say, blessed love to everybody. And, thanks to you for having me tonight. To just expound on, a very important time, in my life once again. Yeah.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to have you. Let us talk about you, Colton. We'll come back to your mom. We have to come back to your mom because I lost my dad in 2013, and there's many persons I'm sure who can relate. This is a beautiful song, and this is not a joke about this song. It is really a beautiful song, and you know which part that kind of just touched me a bit. This Sunday morning breakfast.
Yeah.
That I guess you got accustomed to that.
Yeah, man. That's for me she was the best cook. I taste plenty. But she was great, she was very organized in terms of how she cooked and whatnot, and that's what I really liked.
You like
how
that.
Organized and clean she was.
And you kind of do that. You kind of make the breakfast like that.
Well, in the song I say it doesn't matter how much I practice, I can only imagine the taste.
You can only imagine the taste.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. We're gonna stray away from that a bit because I suspect it's gonna get me a bit emotional as well. So Colton, let us talk about the individual, Colton T. I know you as an artist. I think that is how I actually got to meet you as well. It could be through maybe Creole in the Park or something of the sort. So tell us about you, the person.
Well, I don't even know if I can explain too much about the person. I'm so.
That's how we're gonna get to know you.
I'm so indulged in my artist form. I must play him.
But get out of artist mode.
Well, Colton Thomas is a guy who likes very timid, very shy. Likes to play football. And is pretty much to himself. And that's Colton.
And that's Colton.
Yeah, very shy. Very shy. Yeah.
But when you're on the stage, you're not shy. You get into artist mode.
Colton T is a different guy.
Colton T is a different guy.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I believe the shy part because you're not somebody who talks very much.
I can be outspoken amongst people that I'm comfortable with. I can be a clown. I can be, I can be comfortable.
You can be comfortable.
Definitely.
It depends on where you are.
yeah, it depends.
It depends on where you are and in whose presence you are.
And in whose presence.
I see. I can definitely understand that, Colty. But you grew up in Goodwill. Where's the
Goodwill, born and raised there.
family background is from Goodwill as well?
My family basically is like Montserrat. My dad's family is from here, but my mother's side is from like Montserrat. Yeah.
Oh, Montserrat.
Yeah.
So mom's family from
Montserrat.
Montserrat.
And my father, although my father's mother is actually a Montserratian as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have roots, tracing back to Montserrat on both sides.
Do you go there at all?
No.
Have you been?
I've never even been.
You've never been to Montserrat. Colty, after this, you need to go to Montserrat. You need to get to know your
roots.
The roots, of course. You need to know a bit of your history. Do you know if you still have family on Montserrat?
Yeah, I definitely have family over there.
All right.
And I always, now that my grandmother is visiting, I always tell her, let's go. But she resides like in the States, and then but she always saying we'll go and
So your grandma is alive still?
Yeah.
Both or one?
One.
One grandma is still alive.
Yeah.
And father?
Both dead. My father's parents both are.
Your grandfathers?
Yeah.
But your father?
Yeah, my
Is your father
father's
your father is alive still?
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you have father.
Yeah.
Father still.
At least, yeah.
Yes. What about siblings? Do you have siblings?
On father's side, yes.
On father's side.
Yeah.
In Dominica, outside of Dominica,
In
Montserrat?
Dominica and outside.
Okay. A few?
Three.
Three
Two
siblings.
girls, one boy.
Are you close? Do you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's all love.
It's all love.
Definitely, yeah.
It's all love. Let us talk about your background in terms of school days and growing up. What was it like growing up for you?
Growing up, my mother never really wanted me to, as we would say, do road. She always liked me under her wing, some sort. But then and in school as well too, I was, pretty much, like I said, shy. Maybe, some of my classmates maybe seeing me and, wondering, well, who is this guy compared to, who they knew then. Because I was that shy to myself.
Very timid.
Yeah.
So is it that you would come to school and just sit in the classroom and not really interfere with?
Yeah,
just
pretty much to myself. Yeah, always been.
But what did people think of you though?
I don't know. I was just a little teddy bear back in primary school, Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Some folks are telling me that they need to see the guest. I suspect they're not aware that there's actually another live. So what we're going to do, that's fine. I don't mind both being on the guest. Yes. Just let's switch this one over to him so the guest can see him. I think you've seen me enough.
Look, there are two of them, so they can choose.
It's okay. Switch this one to him as well. Just put this one on him. I can't. So we're gonna switch this one to Colton as well. So we actually have two lives going on because I intended on ending this one. So no, this one is much clearer. So if we're ending one, let's put both on him. Let's put both on him. It's all right. I don't mind at all. Yes, let the guests see him from two angles. All right. Okay. Good. So we actually have two lives going on. One, as I said, was I was just gonna do one, just doing a little anniversary vibe, and then cut it off, and then go to the other one with Colton. But there's so many other persons as well viewing the one that I was on, so we'll just do two lives. That's not a problem at all. We cannot go wrong. The more viewers, the better, right? So Colton, going back to school days, you said you were very shy and reserved, and you would just stick to yourself.
That was in primary school.
That was in primary school?
Possibly in like high school when I got to third form. I started, adolescent age and, teenage age, discovery.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting a bit troublesome. And rebel-like a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What caused that?
I mean, I don't know, as a young boy, starting to discover myself, you're starting to discover hormones, you're starting to, like girls,
Yes.
wanting to go out, and I was like, I was head boy in SMA.
You were?
Yeah. Yeah, I was quite popular back in high school.
Is that so?
Yeah.
What were you called back then? How did people know you?
I don't know. I had many names.
Nicknames.
Roo.
Mini me?
Yeah, I was a short guy.
You're still a short guy.
Still a short guy, but I grew up it.
You grew up a bit.
Yeah.
So people used to call you like make fun of you that you were a bit short, or
It was
it
really
just
like a make fun,
Okay.
because like I was always kind of popular.
you were always
Yeah.
kind of popular?
Yeah, in high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was popular, and I probably, again, me being short, grabbing everybody's attention.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So popular with the girls too?
Definitely.
Many girlfriends?
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
I was a
wouldn't
nice
say
boy.
that. I believe you were a nice boy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with, having many friends. People say, it could be said that probably you were just a friendly guy, back when you were in high school. But what was it like doing high school, Colton? What did you like to do in high school?
I was all sports. I played all type of sports. I was cricket, football, basketball. I was all sports in high school. That was my dream, to be a veterinarian and probably be a professional football player.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And where are we at?
With that,
Both of these?
uh,
I'm being funny though.
Yeah.
But it's still not. Which one is more out of reach? The
I don't
professional football player?
oh, that one I always after some point I felt like my coaches and were lying to us. Yeah. Because I played for Dominica, and
You did?
Yeah, and I traveled to a couple of countries and like the dream they sold us when we got there wasn't that at all.
Oh my.
So and then at that age, I was already starting to think about money.
You're starting to think about money.
So it's like I'm like, they're selling a fake hope for me. And
So you didn't think there was a chance?
Not after the travels, no.
Oh my.
No.
So what happened though during the travels that probably
I mean, they told us about
dampened your
they
spirits?
told us about scouts and who would be there to see us and whatnot, but that wasn't true.
That didn't happen.
No.
You never saw any scouts, but you're not supposed to know the scouts are there.
Well, we didn't see, and some of the best players on my team didn't get an opportunity up to this day, so I think I made the right choice.
So that dream is no longer a dream.
No longer.
That one is under the pillow.
No.
Forgotten.
Yeah, long gone.
But what about the vet part?
I don't know. People in Dominica don't really take too much, pay too much attention to the animals. So it was kind of a decision that I made, in college, because I only did 1 year in college.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying biology.
Okay.
And, at that time for me, like
That wasn't for you.
No.
Oh.
Like when I got there, it's like I felt like I had this, burning sensation within me that I wanted to, express myself. And then, what happened is I found myself, being to myself again.
Oh boy.
Like pulling myself away from people and
Mm-hmm.
being, because it's like I was just feeling estranged. And that was in my college days.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, one time
But do you know what would have led to that, Colton?
I don't know, I really don't know. At that time, I was just going for my grinds, going for my feelings,
Okay.
up until I met my friends. They were, playing around with a computer. Like actually, Jeffrey Baptist's son.
Oh.
Yeah, he used to rap.
Yes, he
used to
does.
be-
Yes.
He's actually younger than me, and they were rapping and doing their stuff, and I actually, told them I wanted to take a try, and from that day, it was me doing music up till today. I never put it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something is not right. What is not right here? Yeah, something is not right. Can we hear him properly now? Yes, we should be. Colton,
check,
can we
check.
hear you?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Yes, we should be good. We should be good. But I want to go back to the vet aspect. Is it that you had a particular love for animals?
Yeah, I definitely still do have a passion for animals.
Really?
You know, like I like all animals except cats. You know. Yeah.
What is it about cats?
I don't know, like they scratching. I don't know. Yeah.
What do you own any animals now?
Dogs.
You own dogs. How many?
Well, I don't have as much time as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 now, but at one point I had 7.
What?
Yeah, pit bulls.
All 7 were pit bulls?
Yeah, man, that was my breed. I was actually like breeding them and training them, and you know they were my therapy at the time.
So you have 2 now.
Yeah.
What are they called? What's their names?
One is Storm and one is Salt.
Storm and Salt. Male, female?
Male and female.
Male and female.
Yeah.
One each. And you love them?
Dearly.
I have a dog too.
Yeah.
It's a terrier and poodle mix, and I love him too.
Yeah. The other one I had passed away. Name was Mamba.
Mamba.
Yeah. Black, jet black, all black. You know, a real gorilla.
How do you care for pit bulls?
I don't know how, you know, other people do their dogs, but you know, I do like I do stuff like Dime, I do stuff like Red Cell, I do stuff like Bully Max. I make a lot of mixtures and you know make my own experiment to give them nutrition. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you dare take them out to walk?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
They're pit bulls.
Yeah. I mean, pit bulls look like vicious animals, but you know they're really loving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really loving.
How old are your dogs?
Storm should be like 5 or 6
In human
right
years.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
And Salt should be just trotting along 4. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel when something happens to them?
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, somebody close to me. Because it's like, for me, my dogs are like family.
Yes.
And you know, my mother, you know, from a tender age, you know, like that's why I felt vet was my vocation. You know, because I would bring home chickens, I would bring home fishes, you know, you name it, I had them. Rabbits, you know, yeah. They used to call me Farmer Brown, you know, and you know, soon I'll be getting my horses, you know.
You're getting horses?
I will be, yeah.
Okay, alright. And I think it's unfortunate though that you didn't follow that calling. Because you really do seem to have a genuine love for animals.
I was at the vet today, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes I just pass by, you know, I was troubling them and telling them, you know, call me for, you know, internship, you know, voluntary work. You know, not that I have the time, but I just like to just pester Ronnie and his wife.
But it's not too late, you know that, right?
No, it's
You
not.
think it could surface again at some point? The desire?
I don't know, maybe. But I'm kind of on the doubting side.
You're on the doubting side.
Yeah.
You're a doubting Thomas.
Doubting vet.
Doubting Thomas, as for your name. Okay, so you moved away from the vet. You're not definitely into the sports thing anymore. So the focus is on music.
Yeah, the focus is on I don't want to say music really, but music is what facilitates, you know, I'm focused on bringing a message out. And basically inspiring people. And you know, music is the hub, music is the way that, you know, the facilitator to bring that message to the press.
And this is what we're here to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
And we want to learn from you. You are an exceptional artist, Colton. You are extraordinary. You do not do things the normal way. You always give people something to think about. You always give people something to talk about. You give us expectations.
Yeah.
You tease us a lot. And I think all of that, it's all part of the plan. So we're going to go back to when the interest in music began. I know you gave us just a little hint a while ago, but let us go back to when the interest in music began.
So the interest really and truly started when I saw these guys doing their rap thing. That's when the interest started. And I was doing it as a hobby, you know. I should say fine-tuning the craft, you know, because I was practicing and I was, you know, formulating melodies and putting lyrics together night and day. Like that was all I was doing.
So tell me, take me back to where was it happening at my boss's home? Where was it all happening?
Oh, it was happening at my home.
It was happening at your home.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you saw them on the computers and they were doing their rap things and whatever the case is. So is that the genesis of it? Is that, you know?
Yeah, that's really and truly where it began. You know, like they were doing it, I tried it, I went home and I started doing my own thing. You know, my cousin, I remember my cousin and I, you know, sitting down and we're trying to put stuff together. And probably, you know, like I remember my auntie, she always wanted me to go up for these gospel things. I can remember there was this kid, I mean, I don't know him from Adam, I don't know him today, but I think his name was Leon Esprit or something. And he went up for some...
Esprit, I remember that name.
Yeah, and he went up for some gospel something or dumb festa or something, and she always wanted me to go up to sing that, you know, so she would try to formulate songs and practice stuff with me. And, you know, it was nothing serious then, you know, but who knows? That could have even been, you know...
part of the foundation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know? But when I decided to go into really like music and they noticed I was taking that direction, it's like, you know, it wasn't really something that was supported from home, based on the fact that they would have preferred if I followed the vet dream or being a band.
Yes, of course. You know, most times that's what our parents and family want for us, but it's always about what we want for ourselves. And so you started doing this, and how did it develop?
The music?
Yes.
Well, like I said, I was practicing it night and day, you know, presenting, like I would perform anywhere. But it was, like I can remember when, well, I'm not sure what it was called back then, if it's Flow or Lime was it?
Cable Wireless.
I don't know.
Cable Wireless for StarQuest?
No, it wasn't StarQuest, and I wasn't a fan of competition.
You don't like losing?
Well, I like winning, but I don't think it's the fear of losing either. I prefer open competition. Okay. You know, rather than trying to please a judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I remember getting, after doing all of my practicing and I remember getting a call for like Creole in the Park. You know, that was in 2011, and that's when I decided. You
was
know,
that me who called?
Yeah, probably. And I remember going to my engineer at the time. He was doing rapping too, you know, and he told me he had a beat, and I told him I'm gonna use that for Creole in the Park. You know, that was in 2011, and you know, we did the song Ice Cream Man for Creole in the Park, and you know, it was only until like, you know, 2 years after the song actually took off.
Yep. Was it because that's when you made a video of it or something?
Yeah, and I made a, you know, and I made the video, but it was also the fact of me understanding the music industry as well. You know, we didn't understand what it meant to really produce a song or, you know, mix and master something, you know. And it's when I went to Jamaica, you know, I got a little musication.
Musication?
Yeah.
Is that music education?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. One moment.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, let's take a bit of this one.
So hot, I the cutest thing in the building, yeah. All girls wanna have a cup, but she want my ice cream truck. She said, Mr. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need something to with me. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need something to with vanilla and strawberry, chocolate cones with added cherries, cookies and cream, vanilla cherry, but we not no sprinkle berries. All girls wanna have a cup, but she want my ice cream truck. Nah. She said, Mr. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need something to give me. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need some flavor and heat up. She say nothing over. She want to see it well and it up. And now she really want an ice pop. Her favorite flavor is the sour soap. But all girls wanna have a cup, but she want my ice cream truck. Nah. She said, Mr. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need something to fill me. Ice Cream Man, what kind of flavor you have in the burning sun? I need something to fill like vanilla and strawberry, chocolate cones with added cherries, cookies and cream, vanilla cherry, but we not no sprinkle berries. All girls wanna have a cup, but she want my ice cream.
I do in fact remember this one pretty well, Ice Cream Man, and I remember seeing the video and I thought that the video was very well done. I liked the fact that it was quite colorful and it was quite attractive, if that's a way to describe a video. You were talking about the musication and how it affected this video and this song. So let us talk about the song, the video, and the musication.
Yeah. So you know, like I said, it was released in 2011, and the video and song was released again in 2013. But that time it was produced. You know, I sent it to a professional studio to get mixed and mastered. And then I did a video. You know, I did the registration and everything, and then I put it out. And when I put it out, within the first week, it went #1 on the Trinidad station. You know, and that was it.
Took off from there.
Yeah, it took off from there.
How did you, at that point, realize the importance of going the professional route to get this done?
Well, and that is when I can say, you know, my professional career started, and I would follow that pattern throughout up till now. You know, where I would get a song produced properly and then release it. You know, so sometimes I hear fans complaining that, you know, the artist and them is not releasing a lot of music. But if you're doing it the proper way, then you know you need to allow each song a time to grow. Yeah, so you invest a certain amount in one song and then you push it for some time, you get everybody to get used to it, and then you move on. Only then, you know. But then, you know, some songs, they have organic reach, and you know, they take on with an energy of their own.
A life of their own.
Yeah.
And you speak about investment.
Yeah.
So as an artist, you have to dip into your pocket and invest into this.
Yeah, because it's a business, you know. I roughly spending on probably each song, I don't know, before it's even out, I don't know, maybe anywhere from 2.5 or so. Yeah, before it's even out. Yeah, and then when it's out and you have to promote it, then that's a new budget. You know, because a video in itself, and that's just a song. You know, a video in itself can run you from anywhere from 5K, you know, go up. just depends on who you're working with. And at my level, like, I cannot afford to work with anybody beneath that level. So I mean, to get the job done, I must work with professionals, and professionals' price is professional price.
But how do you handle that investment?
Oh, well, I mean, at the time, I'm good with finances, let's say like that.
Okay.
And I knew what was priority, and I always put priority first. And for me, I mean, my music and the sound, the quality always meant more than the quantity. So I would have fewer releases than the other acts, but for every 10 releases that the other acts put out, my one would match their 10. And that has been the formula, throughout the year. And I'm not scared to share the formula because I would like other acts to have great quality music coming from the island as well. Because sometimes what goes out from Dominica, and when it's absorbed abroad, it cannot compete with the rest that's out there. So that's why quality is always good.
You realize how relaxed you've become and how fluent you've become since we've just started talking about the music, right?
Yeah, that's
the
my
vibes
feeling.
is just rolling.
Yeah.
Right there. I noticed, when we're talking about Colton, it's like, okay, yes, we can talk about me a bit, but what is causing that?
You have to go down on the levels. Yeah, I mean...
Oh, somebody's head. Is your headphone pretty loud or is...
No, it's good.
It's okay?
Yeah.
All right. And it's fascinating to listen to hear you say that, because I do remember this video as well, and to me it was really from this video that I started to really see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of an artist.
Yeah.
You look pretty young there. You seem pretty young there. In this video. Yeah. You seem pretty young there in this video. You mind telling us about what age you were there?
I can't really recall now.
You can't really recall.
No.
But how old are you now?
No, I'm a number.
You're a number, so you don't talk about the age thing.
No.
That's okay though. I just really just wanted to make the connection with the stage at which as a relatively young person that you started recognizing the business behind the music and the importance of the business of the music. So it wasn't really that I wanted to know your age, Colty.
No, but we have plenty.
It was just about making that connection and making that particular link. And so this video came out, and then I think the Dominica and the Caribbean in particular, because you started to hit #1 on the regional charts with that particular song.
And I had one before that actually made local.
Which one was that one?
Can't Be Friends.
Would I find it?
Yeah, you can find it.
Okay, let's try to find it. But let's talk about Can't Be Friends.
Yeah, it was a group from Guadeloupe that came. I think they were working with Triple K at the time, and they found out about me, and they decided that they wanted to produce some of my music, and they took me and they asked me to make a song, and then they took me to Guadeloupe, and we did that video, and then when it was released, that was one of the first videos making a serious impact on the grounds for me.
Okay, let's see if we can remember this one.
Yeah,
Can just be friendly.
you know, to give you that loving. 'Cause nothing so we could just be friends. I want love you till the very end. I wanna give you that loving. I wanna give you that loving.
definitely recall this one, Colton. And again, you look pretty young. You look pretty young in that video. But that was also a very well done video.
Yeah, very well done. And you know, like I am thankful to the guys. You know, I to be honest, I don't even know them. You know, because they came from Guadeloupe. You know, they saw the talent and they were willing to invest in it. You know, like I don't know them from Adam. You know, and I decided to when I was making my song, I decided to collaborate with another Dominican by the name of Kalia, because I said, you know, if we both going out there, sometimes, you know, they don't like me and they maybe like him. You know, if he go through the pipeline, he can pull me in. And if I go, I pull him in.
And that is the unselfishness that needs to be very present in the music industry in terms of one working with the other to support the music.
Yeah, like I say, a win. Like I have been saying a small tagline: a win for Colton T is a win for Dominica. But it goes anyway. A win for any one of us is a win for Dominica. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. So we did this. Then we did Ice Cream Man.
We had a blazing summer track.
Yes.
It was a summer song. And it's summer year.
Yes.
You know?
Oh my goodness, you actually causing me to remember some things now. Is it that I have not been paying much attention to you, Colton?
Maybe.
Yes. Okay. We've been using the wrong mic. Have we been using Colton? Can we talk a bit?
Yeah.
I've been using the wrong mic. Oh my goodness. You see, I tell you, I come here once on a Monday night and that's it. That is what has been causing that. I'm sorry, we've been using the wrong mic. But we're good now. We're clear and we're good now. Listeners, you all couldn't tell me that. I know you all are sharp when it comes to those kinds of things. Yes, I do remember that summer song, that summer track.
Yeah, summer.
That's not it, right? That's not it. We were.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's it. Oh my! You're bringing back some. You've done some good work.
No, I have a lot of good work.
Oh my goodness!
A lot of people hear me because I'm one of the artists in the country that gets the most airplay, right? A lot of my songs play a lot. The thing about it is that people don't recognize that it's a Dominican singing the song. That's really.
I think that might be the case for real.
That has been an issue in Dominica.
But why? Is it that you use a different accent? Is it that you sound different? Why do you think that we cannot recognize that it's a Dominican? Is it because probably you maybe sound Jamaican to some extent? Is there some Jamaican influence, some other influence that is causing you to not sound Dominican?
I don't want to say it's not sounding Dominican, and I don't want to insult anybody either. You know, but I think we Dominicans have been, you know, very comfortable. You know, we are very comfortable or very accepting with a lot of mediocre stuff. And when professionalism or quality come from Dominica, we don't associate it with that of a Dominican. You know, we are impressed with mediocre.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that's what it is. You know, because if a Jamaican hears my work or listens to my work, they feel to themselves that it sounds similar, but it's unique in their ears.
Okay.
You know, in terms of an intonation, I do intonate in a specific way, but it's not a Jamaican accent. You know, it's a blend. It's what I do is a fusion. You know, I take that reggae or that Jamaican intonation and I fuse it with that. It's a fuse. You know, to bring about that unique sound.
Okay, so how and what have you been doing to get your people to recognize and acknowledge that that is what you're doing and you're actually Dominican and authentically so, that we can hear Colton T and say this is one of ours and get to learn and love and appreciate the music? What can you do and what are you doing?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just being consistent with it. You know, because for me right now, Colton T is a household name, and you know, if you check on the grounds, you know, my name is budding on the grounds, definitely. You know, and it's not budding in a sense of like I climax and then I disappear. No, I'm there and I'm not disappearing.
Oh, trust me.
You know, I'm a pain.
I know you.
You know, so
You are very much there. You're very much there.
yeah. So and there's no getting rid of me. You know, not even if my body withers away. You know, I will be in the history of this country.
But I think you've been already, because I think you've made your own history in many ways. You've done some odd things, Colton. You've done some odd things that, you know, as I said earlier in the program, that have had us wondering, what the hell, you know, kind of thing. First of all, am I wrong in saying that?
No,
It's true. That's what you do. So sometimes I see something pop up from you, and then I'm like, okay, what is he up to this time? And you know, you've created a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, you know, when you do some of the things that you do, and it's okay. It's fine, because, you know, it causes us to focus on you and to give you the attention that I guess you rightfully deserve.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So it just means that you're being creative and you're finding ways, different ways.
Yeah. I don't have to knock
to
down
get
your
us to
office.
pay attention.
I don't have to knock down your office each time with my CD.
No.
And I feel you will take to me more if you listen to me on your own, rather than me trying to force my music down your throat or through your ears. You know, I feel like if you just have a natural or an organic interest and you say, you know, let me check this guy out. On your own, you'll probably like it more, rather than me trying to say, yo, for thanks, go listen to me, I have this new song out. So I just decided I'm not even sending my music to DJs like that. You know what I mean? Like if it's
so you take strange pictures and you do strange things. Sometimes you've done something that have even caused people to question your sexuality.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I'm cool with people and their own opinion, you know, and people's opinion. Because, you know, and again, I'm hardly Colton Thomas, hardly ever. You know, I'm so much in Colton T mode that talking about Colton Thomas makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I'm stuck.
And I believe you.
Yeah.
You know why I believe you? Because as I told you just a while ago, earlier on in the program, when we were talking about Colton Thomas, it's like
easy for me.
It's like, okay, can we move along?
And as soon as you get onto Colton T,
it's a whole different vibes altogether. You know, you couldn't be more relaxed than you know than anyone can be.
I'll give you the gospel of music. I'll give you the gospel on life itself, because you know that's what Colton T brings. You know, he's here to bring a message, and sometimes in order to get attention and to get the people's attention, in order to bring the message, you know, I have to get their attention.
So my thoughts on this, right? Well, my question on this is, where do the ideas come from? Is it Colton T? Does Colton T have a team? Because I mean, they're out of the ordinary. Trust me.
I mean, I have a team of advisors and people I speak to, but really and truly, a lot of the crazy stuff, you know, like my advisors and teammates, you know, they don't really support it, you know, because like
they don't.
No, like it's daring stuff. Like you have to have a broad back to do some of this stuff.
You've done some crazy shit.
Yeah, and you know, it's only because I mean, I would like to see somebody else try it and come out alive, you know. But I'm here and I'm inspiring people and I'm moving people, you know, and that's the important thing. Is like I did stuff, yes. And I don't regret any of the stuff that I did, because it's what makes me Colton T today.
Somebody says it's branding.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own, you know, opinion on what it is, and you know, all I know, I have people attention, and you know, and I'm putting out good work. You know, that's the bottom line. The bottom line is I'm putting out good work.
All right, we'll talk some more about this. Let's take this one. Colton T, Summertime.
Yeah, that's some real throwback, you know.
Indeed, indeed.
But you know, even at that time, you know, I was always trying to just find myself. You know, I really didn't have it all together. So like I say, you know, every step of the way, you know, I was learning as the time was going and as things was progressing.
Would you say that you found yourself now, or you know what your identity is and what your brand is?
Oh, definitely, I found myself and I found my sound. You know, I found a lot of things about myself in terms of me being able to freely speak to people and move people and inspire people. And I think I'm quite content with that, you know, over being obsessed with hype. Or, you know, I like to go to a crowd and talk to them about motivational stuff and apply what I'm great at, which is the music, and bring it up. You know, so I talk about love, I talk about life, I talk about struggle, and I talk about everything that a human being can possibly go through. You know, and I put the passion. That's why I think sometimes, like, you know, music in Dominica, that's why our songs don't last. Based on the fact that a lot of our acts don't put raw emotion into music. They don't put real emotion into the music. Like I had the song for my mother, I had people telling me that they were crying. You know, based on the fact that, you know, I express pain in my voice and I make you feel it. And, you know, ask any one of our singers to re-sing a Whitney Houston and they can ace it. But tell them to make their own song and put their own persona and their own passion and pain into it. And then they find themselves in a difficult position because, you know, we practice mimicking others rather than actually bringing our true self into the music.
And that's what you do.
And that's what I do.
That's what
you
you
know.
do.
So it's not no secret. You know, that oh, it's some secret formula and I'm trying to keep it. No, I want everybody to pour passion into music because I think that we, you know, as celebrities, as one would call it, or for me, it's just gifted. We all hold a role, you know, and it's to help and to bring people together. And, you know, it's not Colton T really making Colton T great, or not Colton Thomas making Colton T great. You know, it's like I'm feeding off of the people, and the people in return feed off of me. And I think, because a lot of people say, like, you know, you need to leave the country, but I'm not leaving. And I'm letting them know I'm not
You're
leaving.
not.
No, because Dominica is mine. You know, I don't want to be known in Jamaica for making it in Jamaica or you know, Bob Marley is Jamaica, Dominica is Colton T, you know, and I'm not going until I claim it. And I feel like with the message and the energy and the vibrations that I'm vibrating, it's traveling.
Let's talk about your sound. And the reason why I'm asking you to talk about your sound, I know a lot of the songs that some of our artists produce today, and to some extent within the bouillon space. You hear, so, and you mentioned Whitney Houston, they can probably belt out a song of Whitney Houston and mimic it. So we hear a lot, I don't know what it's called, but then when you take probably the chorus or something from one of the Drake or whoever.
It's called sampling.
It's called sampling, that's what it's called, yes. Do you do that?
No, there's no need for me to sample, you know, because I'm already the sample, you know. And based on music business, sampling is kind of bad.
Okay.
You know, because moving forward, you know, you cannot really make money off of the song based on the fact that it's not yours. You know.
So you don't do that, and you do not encourage that.
I don't encourage it, and I wouldn't say that I would never do it. You know, bouillon allows a lot of things, and I'm not going to be bashful because I do jump on some of the triple Ks that has the sampling and the, you know, the A-stars that has the sampling. I do jump on it because I mean, music is something, once it sounds good, I'm in it.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
But it's not something that I myself would encourage.
Okay.
You know, based on artists looking to have like a career in music, like you want to be able to make some money off of your craft.
So most of your work, if not all, is original.
Definitely.
Do you do your own writing?
Well, I mean, I don't write anymore. You know, like no, like I cannot tell you when last that I've picked up a pen or you know, and have a paper, you know, like I just go in front of the mic and, you know, my songs are all about meditation, you know what I mean?
I know my friend Asa does that. I know Midnight Groovers, Chubby does that. So you're telling me you're in that zone now?
Oh, definitely, long gone. Yeah, like it's more of a meds. My songs is more of a meds, you know, and like I'm telling you, when you listen to the album, every song on the album comes from somewhere. And I mean, I don't expect somebody wanting to fly by day and fly by night and gonna tell me like, oh, well, like, yeah, I didn't catch a vibe from your album. Now you have to sit down and you have to take it in. You know, it's something that you have to take in because all of it, the energy is there. You know, like I have a few songs that's gonna take people aback, definitely, like Jail Life and Expectations. You know, yeah, yeah.
It's quite fascinating to listen to you. I'll tell you this much because I would have thought that you know, Colton T sits and he pulls the lyrics together and he writes it and he crosses off and he says no, that doesn't sound right and so on, you know. But you're saying you don't do that.
No, and it's not a freestyle either because I'm not just.
But you know, some people might say probably he's not speaking the truth. Although we know that Chubby does it, we know that's how Chubby does it. And I know Asa said to me, you're actually sitting in this, that's what he does as well. He doesn't really write things down. And now,
you know, it's a vibe, you know.
Well, clearly, you know.
It's a vibe, you know, so their vibe could be like a freestyle, you know, but my vibe is a meditation. You know, it's a med.
So how do you do it? I mean,
it's something that I guess over the years that I've it's
developed.
A skill, like, yeah, and you know, like, I don't sit here and think of a song. It's like, so most of the time it's like the instrumental or the rhythm, like it speaks to me and it tells me what to sing. And then sometimes some weird things happen, like the scenario with my mother happened, and I work with a producer from St. Kitts, and I said I need something, and like he sent something that basically what my thought is. You know, so it's like I'm not even really like I go to the studio and I basically just let it out. You know, line after line after line. And then after I basically make, you know, proper English out of it. You know, because in terms of delivery and diction, like, you know, you can go and listen to my music amongst every artist in Dominican. I will come out at the top. Because I take my time with my delivery. I take my time with diction to make sure that every word is pronounced properly, and then I apply passion and pain and all the emotions into it. You know, because I want people to relate to my music. I want it to uplift them. I want it to take them back. That, you know, yeah.
As you speak about your music, I want to go back again to your sound. What do you do? Do you do reggae? Do you do dancehall? What is your sound? What is it that you do?
You see, reggae, or people would categorize me as a dancehall act, and dancehall is somewhat like a modern reggae. That's what it is. But the song I have is more of a crossover, you know, something that is not really dancehall, because if you go back in the days of what dancehall sounded like and what I sound like, you know, it's two different sounds, you know, so it's like I'm a modern dancehall, somewhat of a crossover sound.
Okay.
You know, something that can break into, you know, maybe the American market, the European market. It's a crossover sound. And, you know, the thing about the sound or a sound is that it always keeps on evolving. And if you're not current and on it, then you lose that sound and you become part of the aged sound. Because even with Booyah and, you know, because then you had the Jeff Chose and them doing Kadas and whatever they did back then compared to what, you know, Triple K and the Asas do now. You know, it's a totally different sound, and it might not click to the elders, you know, but it's what working amongst the young people right now. You know, so it's like still I hear different people being bashful of musical talents, but I'm not bashful of anybody and what they do in order to survive, or however they choose to express themselves. Because you go to America and you hear trap, and trap is the next hot thing or the hot thing. and I might never understand one word in trap, but that's how these young people express themselves, and you have to be respectful of that. You know, I just think like it's expression. All of it is expression. We just express in different forms.
Who's your audience, Colton?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah. I remember people saying before that Colton only appeal to teens and kids, and you know, but right now I think that my music has grown and it has propelled to a level that everybody can relate to something. I have a song for everybody. You know what I mean? Whether it's death right now, that, you know, like struggle, like I brought about, you know, every topic, you know. So right now, my music caters to a really wide audience, because I can give you the ice cream man feel, and I can give you something that you can just sit and it can take you back.
You said you're not leaving Dominica.
No.
I know that at one point in time you had moved to Jamaica for a short period of time.
Yeah, I was going back and forth, basically learning the craft and basically exposing myself. You know, so I wish to expose myself, you know, to the outside world. And I need to go over there and make more of the US and come back down and spend it in Dominica, you know, because I think it's beneficial that way than me going and try to, you know, just live overseas, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you intend on staying here, but you want to go regional, international.
I think the music is already regional, but I would like to climb the ladder and really, you know, reach out there on that level.
How are we going to do that?
Well, I need the support. That's what I need, you know, and it's not very difficult. Sometimes we see things and they seem far, just like we see things and think it's close, but it's really far. There are things that are really close and we think that it's really far. You know, there are things like the chats, for example. If we have possibly like 1,000 Dominicans basically buying a Colton album digitally, because we're no longer in the days of CD. So, you know, you could go on Amazon, you could go on iTunes, you know, Google Play, Spotify, and buy the album. Like, it's easy for me to chat on the Billboard charts, you know, and that's where people get recognized, you know, that's where the rank is. But we are here thinking and looking at the Ashantis and the Ja Rules and the 50 Cents and thinking that where they are is kind of impossible. No, they just have a small number in a very major population supporting their craft. You know, because you go to certain places in America and people don't know who 50 Cent is. We know more about American acts and their idols and their artists more than the people in America themselves. Like, the latest stuff that coming from America, you go on the grounds in New York and people don't even know. They don't even know who's a J. Cole, you know? So it's all about support.
How do you get your people to give you that kind of support?
Well, I mean, me saying it is one.
Let me interject for 1 minute, and then we're going to get to that. Before we get to the people, I also want to find out from you in terms of the support that you get from probably the corporate entity, and by extension as well, those in authority. Do you think that they're investing in music and in artists like yourself?
No, and you see, the thing is that sometimes I think, I don't want to pinpoint on anybody, but I think our people feel that because you give one, you should give all. You know, but there are a few people like myself presenting themselves and making themselves readily available to be invested in. And it's like, I'm not sure if we don't see the vision. Like I say, sometimes I can say things, that's all I was just about to say. But, you know, me saying it, it's not realistic in your head, you know. And sometimes I have to take that vision and make it a reality so you and everybody else can see, like everybody's feeling my vibration now. You know what I mean? Because Colton didn't just come out of the woodwork. You know, I've been there failing and failing and failing and failing over and over. and I have never given up. You know, I've always been strong, and I've always been bringing better and better work, you know, to make bigger and bigger impact until when I make that big impact and I rapture the whole place. But like I always say in Bomb in the City, by the time they realize that this country's pride, everything would already legalize. I'll be far gone.
You'll be far gone.
Yeah.
But you know, just taking it a step further, what kind of investment would you like to see those who have the power to do so make in the music industry and in artists like yourself who has recognized the importance and the professionalism and you know, making sure that you put out excellent work out there?
Well, you see, the thing about that, it's an easy go with me because I'm already putting out excellent work. So it's not like, you know, when you go to a company and they think that, hey, you know, we have to take out $20,000 or $20K to give this guy. No, this guy is offering a service already. Like, I have music, I have this, I have that. We have radio ads, we have a lot of things that we can basically give in order to enhance the brand, you know, and support by word of mouth, go buy the album, you know, promotions.
As little as that.
As little as that, and it can go a long way, because at the end of the day, the music in itself is supposed to be able to organically do stuff on its own. It just needs that boost. You know, an artist like myself already possessing the talent, more than talent, and is more than capable of doing so much. You know, I know if the music is being pushed to a certain level, it will get there. You know, just like I think on things like festival, like our artists such as myself who are already primed should be given prime time to present themselves. You know, it's small things like that. It's like you don't want to give him the upfront money. Well, pay him for his service then, and then he can. Serious acts like myself will definitely use the money and invest in the craft.
Yes, I believe that.
You know, like I'm not interested in the new Vapor Max or the T Max. Like, no.
But you do have a unique sense of style, and not to stray, but we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
You know, but we have to talk about that road we're going down.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have it there. You know, we've already put you in Curl in the Park a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I know I remember, you know, a major discussion taking place within a particular group.
Yeah.
Sometime last year, as it relates to yourself and maybe one or two other artists, and the World Creole Music Festival, and getting the opportunity to be on the World Creole Music Festival. Have you had a conversation? Were you on at all? Have you been on at all?
No, I've done a
side
tribute. No, I've never done the side stage. I'm a main stage.
I'm just asking.
No, well, I putting it out there, you know, for the listeners and everybody to hear. You know, Colton T is a main stage act, and
Colton T is not interested in any side stage.
No, me or nothing. I mean, the Dominica is mine. How do you think that Beanie Man is gonna come into Dominica and perform as a main act and seeing Colton T as a side act? He's not going to want to collaborate with me because he's a main act in my country, and in my country I'm a side act. Come on, I know. You know, pay me.
Okay.
You know?
So what you had the opportunity to do?
I did a Jeff Joe tribute. That's like long ago.
Long ago.
Yeah.
But Colton T has not yet been a main act.
A main act or
on
being
the World
featured
Creole
on the World Creole Music Festival scene.
And what would Colton T like to say about that?
Well, you know, I mean, it's a very controversial topic, you know.
Is it?
Yes, because, you know, sometimes artists feel like they're really and truly ready.
Yes.
But, you know, sometimes the spotlight, like we're in the spotlight right now, it can make or break an individual if they're not ready. So what I've been doing over the years, I have been very quiet about the mere fact that I haven't been on, and my fans are the ones who are really making the noise, and they want me to be on.
So then
what
I'll
I've been doing,
okay, go ahead.
I've been preparing myself that when they do call and they're ready, that I'm able to give the service or the value, you know, for their money.
Are you ready?
I should be.
You should be ready.
I should be, yeah. I mean, I should be ready.
I'll tell you, there is I kind of go back to it. I do not want to interfere with the live, one of the lives. There is someone who put in a note there, and he said that he saw you last year. There it is, I think it is. He said, saw his performance in the Gardens last year, and I had to ask if he was international. Was a great performance with class.
Yeah.
So this is what somebody is saying, and I know this individual. He can be very critical. And there is he's saying that.
I'm very open to critique. I want people to critique my work based on the fact that it's only with tough critique that I can develop and be better. Because sometimes I don't even take the critics or too much of the critics from my fans, because my fans can tend to be biased. You know what I mean? They love what Colton T does. But I want to always make sure that what I'm doing is able to carry on and be of the standard.
Somebody says you need to be Minister of Culture. And you've also gone further, I guess, in terms of preparing to see how ready you are in doing your own show. Which you did last year, and it was the Bomb in the City. Tell me how that came about and why you decided to do that.
Well, the song, first of all, let me just explain the song a bit.
Yes, please do.
The song, it can tend, for some people it can come across as a hostile song, based on hearing Bomb in the City. But it's basically, who are the bombs is the acts like myself, and all of the other talented guys on island, basically using their talents to inspire and aspire, to do great things, bring people together with their talents, etc., etc., etc. You gonna play it?
Yes.
I don't think you should play it. I think the online version
is not very. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you caught me right there, just in time.
You'll get the clean version.
Okay.
Well, not clean, but the good version from the album, because it's also making a part of the album.
Okay.
And
we'll talk about the album in a while as well.
Nice.
Yes.
So where was I?
We were talking about that concert.
Yes, the Bomb in the City concert. So I had the song, and I needed a title for the concert. And there was like Bomb in the City. And I think it's one of the first events done by an artist like myself. I remember my mother being scared to death, that it flopped. But I know that I have people on the grounds, and two, I know there was a lot of people, wanting to see, if I would fail.
Oh.
And those are the people out there, my fans, and the people coming to see if it would have flopped. You know what I mean?
And that's fine.
That's great. That's great.
You have to succeed.
Inside, of course. And when I looked at the video, because that's the video there. When I looked at it, I'm like, look at the crowd.
Yes.
And it was clear that everybody came inside to see Colton T. And what happened on that night? I delivered an excellent set. So I had everybody leaving being satisfied with what I had delivered on that night. And that
How did you feel after?
I didn't feel no specific way.
No, but had you achieved what your objective, what you had set out to achieve by putting on this particular concert?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I needed to show that I had value. And, I know my value now based on the numbers that I brought in on that night. And it was my first time. So now I can approach a sponsor and I can say, like, here's my value, and here's what I can bring. So now, instead of saying that Colton T has talent, now I can bring in a number, which is what corporate companies like to see.
Absolutely.
I can say, I am bringing in a number, here's my numbers, and here's what I think you can invest and how you can benefit from my event. And I've always preached to companies before, whether they support me or not, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be working, and it will happen with or without them. But I'll be there.
All right, so we know that the World Creole Music Festival will happen, but what is Colton's ultimate goal? What is what is this one market that you would like to perform in? What is this one thing that you would like to do and say, yes, I did it?
Well, I would like to just make an impact on the world from Dominica, to be honest. I don't want to be like the average, you know, you have to go.
You're not
all the
average.
time.
We know that already.
Yeah, I really want the world to feel my presence from here. And that's what I want. Get my message, feel my message, feel me, know where my island is, you know, understand what generates me and what drives me, you know, because there's no victory without struggle, and you know, the harder the victory, you know, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
Yes.
You know, so I'm just taking it as it comes, and you know, being creative. And Dominica,
And that's where I was heading, you know, it's like, where does Dominica fit in all of this? Because you've already said this is your home, that's where you're staying.
Yeah.
So where does Dominica fit in all of this, and tourism and helping to put Dominica on the globe?
I mean,
We're on the globe somewhere.
map already, you know. When the map, you go and watch it right
We're
there.
somewhere, so
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah, but you know, it's just an addition. You know, it's an addition, and it's a bridge that I and along with the others who are still fighting in the music industry is working towards creating that, you know, because it's not me that's going to reap the benefits from the sacrifices that I'm making now. You know, it's the younger talents that are coming up after me.
Yes.
You know, I can remember at some point, you know, all of them hated me based on the fact that they didn't understand my goal. But you know, I'm fighting the battle for them. You know what I mean? And I don't need them to understand that, because I've already taken up, you know, the decision to make the sacrifice.
Do you think people understand you better now than they did before?
I don't think they understand me. I just feel they feel my energy, you know. They see my struggle, they see my pain. You know, they notice the professional work, and they realize that I'm always consistent, and no matter what that comes my way, you know, I keep bringing out great stuff. You know, and I think they see that. But as far as understanding me, I still don't think that they do. And like I say, like, I have a vision, and I cannot get to make it a reality with words, so I'm going to have to just make it a reality
With music?
with music.
Yeah.
Actions with
We have to still talk about the album, and you'll do that in a while, and some of the charity work that you do.
Oh, yeah.
But I also want to talk a bit about your sense of style.
Yeah.
It's a bit unorthodox as well, but sometimes very clean.
Yeah.
I remember at that same event that the gentleman spoke to, you were in was it a red and maroon suit? You had on last year? But very nice. You know, very, very neat and very well put together. You wear dreads. I don't know if that means something, or is it just a style?
Dreads. Yeah, just dreads.
It's just a style. You color it up sometimes.
Sometimes.
Some odd colors that you put in your green, purple, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
So give us a sense of your sense of style, and how do you pull yourself together in terms of your style?
I mean, my style is just basically how I feel.
Okay.
You know, because for me, you know, like, I think a huge percentage of Dominicans have never left, really, to go out there and see, you know, what's going on around the world. And I feel that a lot of Dominican people take what dress code that you use and base it on your sexuality. Like, dress code or whatever you wear doesn't determine your sexuality. And you know, I don't know why some people tend to be small-minded about that, you know. But my style is all based on how I feel.
Alright.
Yeah, I wear whatever I want, and I don't really feel, because I remember, like, I was one of the first guys to start wearing skinny jeans on the island.
You and Darren Bob.
Yeah, you know, and I remember people bashing it, you know, a lot.
Yes.
Now today skinny jeans is the in thing, and if you ask a guy if he's using a baggy jeans, you know, it's not in it, you know, he wants his skinny jeans. The fattest of the fattest is using skinny jeans, because that's the fashion, you know. But that just goes to tell me, sure, I'm a leader.
Yes.
You know, and I lead, and yeah, your back have to be broad to take the bashings and set the trends. Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
That's just what it is. You know, so style and fashion, I wake up today and I feel like, you know, that's what I want to wear. Or
I feel like throwing some odd colors together.
Yeah, like for Queen Show, you know, like I have the swimwear on.
Yes.
Like, you know, that's
You
what
got
it
into
is.
character. That's just what it was. You got
Yeah.
into character.
Yeah. And that's what it is for me, you know, where people see it as fun and having a great life, it's just work for me.
It's work for you.
Yeah.
You plan it.
I work towards
Yes.
it, yeah. Sometimes, you know, you have to just be on the ball and, you know, plans don't go as planned. And you just have to be on the ball and be ready to improvise, you know, when the time comes.
Colton, we're going to talk about the album,
Yeah.
the upcoming album launch. It's actually taking place on Wednesday. And I promise I'm going to make the effort to be there.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's hard to get me out of home sometimes when I'm already home, but I have to come to be there. I always find something odd happens to me when I bring people on this show. I don't know if it's because sometimes I just get some clarity on the person's perspective, on the person's style, on the person's vision, on who the person is, you know. I always tend to just draw nearer to the person and probably understanding better what that person is all about. And it has happened to me with quite a few people. And it's actually happening to me with you, maybe with you tonight, in terms of understanding Colton T. Although I may not necessarily understand you fully, but I get your objective.
Yeah, and you can feel my energy.
And well, if you want to put it that way, you know, so I'm gonna make the effort to be there on Wednesday night for sure. You know, I got my invitation and everything. I'm gonna be there, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let us talk about the album and what led to this album. Is it your first or?
It's my debut EP.
It's your debut because
Yeah.
you've done singles.
I've done singles, I've done mixtapes, but it's gonna be the first time I'm doing a
Awesomeness.
project like that.
Tell us about the project.
It's been an idea for probably the last 8 years.
8. That's
Yeah.
a long time.
That's a long time, and I've been very patient.
Okay.
And I physically started working on it like about 5 years ago. You know, adding and subtracting, you know, adding again and subtracting, you know, changing names, not being able to come up with the proper name, and so much, you know. But right now, I think, like, I don't know, I think, you know, it's in the pipeline already, and on May 15th it will go live digitally.
It's titled Impossible.
Impossible. Yeah.
I know a lot of thoughts or experience would have come across to influence this title.
The title, you know, and if you look and if you spell impossible, you know, and you break it up, you know, impossible can be derived from that one word, you know, and I was just like, I'm possible, yeah. And I'm like, I'm here in a country where people state that, you know, you have to go to make it out, and you know, you cannot make it from here. You know, they're making my dream, they're making my aim seem like it's impossible.
I see.
You know, but I'm possible, and I'm going to just show them that. Yeah.
You see the creativity?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, a lot of people don't take the time out to check it out. But like I tell you, like, you can go back to every song that I've been released, and you will get the message, and you will see the diction, and you will see the delivery, and you will see the improvement from when I released each summer to now, Bomb in the City, with the level of creativity and passion and you know, like, dedication I've been putting into the craft all these years. You know, that's why I inspire a young generation, and the generation can side with me based on the fact that I inspire them. And when that generation becomes older, you know, I'll be that man, and nobody will be able to move me, because I've already been instilled in their minds, you know, and their souls for years.
You're so positive.
Yeah, man.
You really have that positivity and confidence.
No, I'm confident.
You have a great level of confidence.
Yeah.
And it's admirable and it's good. It's not a bad thing. A lot of times people confuse confidence for other things.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
And you know, like I'm saying, like, I've been through a lot, you know, on this island where music is concerned and disappointments is concerned. But, you know, I thought at this point that I would be feeling broken, you know, based on the fact that I went through so much. But it's like, to be honest with you, I'm feeling brand new.
You are.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of the stuff that I actually have, the world has not even, or country has not even heard it yet.
Wow.
I'm basically recording every other day. Like I have songs that probably, like I say, even if I'm gone in the flesh, I shall be there in the spirit, in the air, and the airwaves. I shall be there forever. Yeah, man.
What's on the album?
On the album, you want to know what songs are on the album, or just?
I want to know what can be found on the album. What's on the album? What songs are on the album? What are the songs about on the album?
Alright, well, the first song is a song called Expectations.
Okay.
And Expectations basically is me, telling people that, things may happen in life. And, sometimes when we expect too much, we get a bigger disappointment. And, the less you expect, the smaller the disappointment might be. So, it's like, even if things work out, like, doesn't work out, your focus should be working, because I think you only fail when you actually stop, So that's what Expectations is about. And I have another song on there by the name of Jail Life. And some people might ask themselves, like, what does this guy know about jail? And that's exactly what it is. What do I know about
Jail Life?
Yeah, Jail Life.
Oh.
So the topic might just make somebody feel like, what does Colton know about jail life? And, that's it. I know nothing about jail life. I don't want to know nothing about jail life. And I don't, and that's what that song is about. And it's taking people back to the days of, growing up. And I have a lot of friends who is in jail right now. And I was asking myself, when I actually created that song, like, if I didn't listen to my mother, because I could have chosen to go the bad way. But, I chose to stay not positive, not negative, but I chose to stay balanced. And, that's what jail life is about. Jail life is about, bringing back the teachings of my mother and the teachings of, because as it says, my mother alone couldn't grow. It was a family, it was a community that made me who I am. And I think if the community takes part in our young adults and our young kids' lives, we'll have less people going to jail. Because life is all about value and what you value and you desire. And basically a lot of the people that are in jail right now is based on what they desire, and we have to stop ourselves from being a slave, to desiring worldly things.
Too Soon is on there as well?
Too Soon, definitely. That's the song that actually completed the album, in a sense that it brought the pain and it brought the passion, and it brought what, the album was actually missing. Something real, as real as it can get,
Real life.
Real life, and that's what makes Impossible very special. Yeah.
How will it be? So how many songs?
We have
altogether?
8 songs.
8 songs.
It was 7, because for me 7 is just a great number.
7.
My favorite
Lucky
number.
7.
Lucky 7. And then I had to put a bonus. I released a Booyah song. I call it Hybrid. And I call it hybrid based on the fact that I think...
Did you have a Booyah song during Carnival?
Oh yes, I probably had some of the best compilations during this Carnival, yeah.
I'm remembering you had...
Champion.
There was one. Tell me which one. I'll remember it.
Champion. I am a champion. And then I had Lose It.
Lose It.
Yeah. So Lose It is on the album.
Lose It is on the album. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it on there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's see if we can get it a bit for those who probably didn't hear it at all. This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Lose it a bit. know, I really do recall this one for sure. Colton, and this one was quite popular during the carnival season.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
very popular, and that's why I say it's a hybrid, because I can't. If there's actually some passion, you know, into lose it.
So somebody said they didn't know that was your song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I say-
We really need to get people familiar with your voice to recognize that voice and to know that it's Colton T.
Yeah, and you know, the music is out there, it's being played. You know, people just don't know.
People just don't know. Well, we need to get people to know that is you and that you're doing such good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you are creating good music. You
Yeah,
are producing good music.
Yeah, and it's my contribution, you know, because I feel like, you know, every artist on the island, you know, plays that level of, or plays that role, that important role where they contribute to something, you know. So it's not only me, you know, it's all of the others actually putting out, you know, their emotion and their vibe, you know, and contributing to what we should call an industry.
So the album is going to be released on Wednesday night, and I guess
Midnight it's out.
it's by invitation.
Well, the launch is only by invite.
Only by invitation.
Yeah.
And the music itself is going to be available to the public. How?
Digitally, on iTunes, Spotify. Because, you know, like in Dominica, not so many people buy music. You know, we're still kind of into the piracy.
We need to stop it.
But, you know, you buying a song or buying an album is basically supporting the artist.
Sure.
You know, so it's Amazon, iTunes, and I mean, it's just 10 US.
10 US.
Yeah.
So I promise you that I'm going to make sure that I support the artist.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on there and buy your music.
Yeah.
I promise.
You know, and you buying the music is you taking a step for a win for Colton T as well. Because if today or tomorrow, based on the amount of sales that I rack up, if I am on the Billboard or if I am on any of those major charts, it's not really Colton T that people are gonna really study. They're gonna want to know where he's from, what does he represent, and that's when, you know, the tourism aspect comes into play, because it's who he's representing and not really who he is. Who he is not really important. It's where he's representing, what makes him a part of the world, and that's where Dominica, as he was asking earlier, fits in. Because a win for me or a win for any Dominican doing it is a win for the country.
Alright, so we want to, there's quite a few people viewing and quite a few people listening, and they're already saying that they will be buying the music. Yeah. So again, just remind us where we can buy the music. And what genre does it fall under? Reggae?
It will fall under reggae because dancehall in itself, or like even soca, or even
they all fall under reggae.
They all fall under reggae.
That's true.
So it's like, so when you see when people out there making noise saying that why a Dominican should be doing reggae or that, you see, even our soca, even our booyah, when we put it, either we have to put it on the world or we have to put it on the reggae. So it's like, yes, soca has a vibe, booyah has a vibe, but to me it's all the same, because it's like we are all, it's Caribbean music, you know, and not really like, you know, booyah, so we should play Greek. We should be happy that soca people are doing booyah and jap people are doing booyah, and because it's like we have that kind of sound, just, you know, just like we have people in Margot sounding different but they Dominican, you know, it's that vibe.
You clearly invest a lot in the music.
Yeah.
Are you reaping the benefits of your investments?
Well, I'm working.
You're working. That doesn't answer my question. I'm Colty.
I mean, you know, it's a futuristic talk right now, you know, in terms of reaping the benefits. But, you know, I've never worked a 9 to 5.
All right.
You
and
know,
you're surviving.
Definitely. I'm here and in living colors, bright and confident.
Not with Air Max, but with what?
Regular.
I was just being troublesome right there. Or Vapor Max, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the people's thing, you know?
Yes.
So if it's not
but that don't matter to you?
No.
Not so much.
No.
Not so much. Okay. We have to talk a bit about your giving back.
Yeah.
You give back to the community.
Definitely.
And more so those who are in need. So tell us about what you do.
Well, it's a feeding program where I choose a lot of people are doing it on Christmas time, so I've left that slot open for the other people to patronize and do their part, and I do it on New Year's. You know, before I used to join We Have and Malcolm Stevens and the rest and partner, and now I'm on my own doing my own thing.
Okay.
So a lot of people, and I'm happy that a lot of people are actually doing it during Christmas time, and I'm doing it during New Year's time. So during New Year's,
they get something too.
Yeah, they get something as well.
Okay.
Because the more people we have giving back, we're making the world a better place. You know, some people are saying like, oh, it's for the cloud. It's a new word I learned the other day. But
really?
Yeah,
it's been around.
Yeah, but I mean, I just learned it the other day. Like last week, somebody told me what cloud meant. I think it's median. Yeah, he tell me like I'm doing things for the cloud.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know, he's a troublesome.
He was just being trouble. Oh, median. You just have to pay him no mind.
Yeah, so he who actually, you know, make me learn what the word cloud meant. So, you know, it's when people do it, it's inspiring others to do it as well. And the more people, like I say, we are doing it and giving back, it's better. It's a better place. You know, it's not one set to do and one set to give. You know, all of us should be doing it.
And one of the good ways to give is to feed people who need feeding.
Yeah,
and that's what you do.
Whatever, you know. And you know, like this year we did the grotto. You know, and next year who knows where we'll do. You know, just everybody just do their little part however they can. And it will be appreciated. You know, we always looking on this person or that person and taking off the responsibility off of ourselves. You know, when we can basically just do it.
And listening to you tonight, I didn't know millions were said to you about the cloud, but I don't think you're doing it for the cloud.
No.
I think you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah, genuinely, you know.
Very genuinely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So we're all set for Wednesday.
Definitely, we're all set for Wednesday. I mean, it's been promoting, it's been budding amongst the youth and amongst the young people. You know, I know they're excited and patiently waiting. You know, I have a few good numbers. You know, I can tell people to look out for Black Beauty. That's a very special number. Empowering Black women. You know, to make them know that they don't need to bleach their skin. You know, it's like black is beautiful.
We don't really do that much here in Dominica, do we?
No, but you see,
God.
that's the thing.
Yes.
The thing is, my music, sometimes people might hear me sing a track that probably talks about the government, for example, and feel that I'm talking about our government. But my music is not meant for just like Dominica. It might not be a situation happening here, but it's a situation in Africa. You know, like, that's why I say like a heavy percentage of our people, their mind reside here.
Yeah.
And I'm not here, I'm not just here, I am all over. Because would you believe that I have a larger fan base in Ghana than I have in Dominica?
Really?
Yeah.
You have a fan base in Ghana?
I have a larger fan base in Ghana than I have in Dominica. If I have 10,000 people as my fans here in Dominica, then I have maybe 20,000 in Ghana.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of Africans listening to my music and Ghanaians listening to my music.
How were you able to tap that market?
I don't know. It's reggae, and reggae puts me into a category, and basically my music is absorbed as a part of that category, you know. So it's a network, you know. But based on the fact that I don't have that heavy push, I maybe might not reach physically the places that I need to reach.
Right.
But
the music that
travels.
you produce,
yeah,
is sufficient to take you there.
We hear all the time people going on tour. It's only in the Caribbean that you have a few artists, they book them here, book them here, book them here, book them here. But when you have serious artists like Rihanna and all of these artists going out on tours, it's not nobody booking them here and booking them there. It's investment that is put up, and we put them in different places, and then they basically, because of the product that they have to sell, they can attract X amount to a venue, and it's a business, you know. So it's not just being featured on established events all over the Caribbean. It can be looked at in a different light, where basically you set up shop, you deliver a service, and you go out there and you work it, you know. But again, it's a high level of investment to do that as well.
I'm quite impressed with you, Colton T, and I'm suspecting that there's quite a few people who are very much impressed with you in that very same way. It's good to hear people, to get a perspective, to hear how they think, to hear it coming from their mouth. I don't think I've ever. I know you've done interviews, obviously. Maybe I don't know if I've interviewed you before. I don't know.
No.
Probably not. No, probably you were not around when I was on DBS, and I don't think I've done it otherwise. But it's really good to listen to you tonight. A lot of good stuff came from your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be good stuff because, like I said, I found myself, I found my purpose, and I know what it is that I need to do, so I can show up in anywhere and I can calm this down anywhere. Right now, yeah.
I have to play this one again.
Definitely.
I really don't want it to break down the interview, but I have to.
Oh my God, JB, I love this beat.
You was only 16 with a big dream. You got a big dream. All mama wanted was for me to work hard and live this school. On my clock 17, yeah, me get a vision. I'm starting like a man. Wanted to give mama everything. All the sleepless nights and the things I'ma go through. All the things make me talk with. You felt I didn't have to, but it was all part of the mission. All the things they said, I know that it weren't true. And I didn't defend myself. I didn't defend myself. Cause mama, you know yourself. Plus I had none to prove. None to prove, yeah. I felt I had none to prove. Nothing to prove to no one. You left me alone, yeah. And though your memories before, it's still hard for me. You left me alone, oh, yeah. And though your memories before, it's still hard for me. It's still hard for me. Can't say I totally understand, but for sure I've accepted. But I wake in the morning, send a message to your phone and I won't get to check it. It's true you left me as a man, and I can provide for myself. But Sunday breakfast and lunch will never be the same no matter how much I practice. But it's better you than me, yeah. Cause you'd never have the strength to bury me. So I guess it was all in God's plans. From you I believe this step, it's all my step. It just go to transition the next time. Cause it was hard for me. You left me alone, yeah. And though your memories before, it's still hard for me. You left me alone, oh, yeah. And though your memories before, it's still hard for me. It's still hard for me. I was only 16 with a big dream. You had a big dream. All mama wanted was for me to work hard and make the school. On my clock 17, yeah, me get a vision. I'm starting like a man. Wanted to give mama everything. All the sleepless nights and the things I'ma go through. All the things we don't talk with. You felt I didn't have to, but it was all part of the mission. All the things they said, I know that it weren't true. And I didn't defend myself. I didn't defend myself. Cause mama, you know yourself. Plus I had none to prove. None to prove, yeah. I felt I had none to prove. Nothing to prove to no one. You left me alone, no. Though your memories before, it's still hard for me.
And I suspect this is one that is going to go all the way to Ghana as well. Because this is one that many can relate to, especially if you've lost a parent, especially if you've lost a mom, as this one speaks to. The lyrics, I can tell that the lyrics in this song, the lyrics are real and the lyrics are genuine, and I think it touches not just me. I am getting a little emotional, but I think just about everybody listening to the program tonight. But Colton, putting this one together, what was it like for those who probably didn't hear us from the beginning of the program, because we actually started the program with this one when we actually started with you. How did you put this one together? And I'm not going to ask you to recall the story of your mom's passing, but the song, let's talk about the song a bit before we wrap up the program.
The song, I asked the guy in St. Kitts for the beat, and I already had the inspiration of what I wanted to lay down, and I heard the beat, and then I remember going to where she died, and that is how I got inspired, and that's how the chorus came about, and at the moment I have the chorus, everything
else just fell into place. How soon after her passing that you produced this one?
I was within the same, maybe like I buried her like a week after, and I probably during that same week,
You knew you were going to produce a song for your mommy?
I definitely know that I wasn't going to be a week clean.
Okay. Is that your way of telling me and the others who are probably getting a little emotional now not to be weak?
Yeah, because like if you listen in the song, it's like from you have life, there's death. It's all man's death. And all I can wish is and hope is that she transitioned the best, because I'm kind of pretty much not religious really.
Okay.
And I don't know what
and that's
happens.
fine, we can respect that.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in the afterlife, and I'm not going to vow to know. But I just believe that she has transitioned,
into whatever it
is, and I hope she transitioned the best. Because I'm not an individual to basically break down and cry. But in the music, I am bawling my ears out. And that's where I put my passion, and that's where I put my pain, and with hopes that everybody else can feel it.
It's a tough one to I'm telling you, it's putting me in a zone right now, as well. Just the lyrics, and the song was playing, and I could actually, it's called Too Soon, by the way, somebody's asking. What's the name of the song? It's called Too Soon.
Too Soon.
And you can actually go look for it on YouTube.
It's available on Spotify. Yeah.
Right. And if you want to get it. Yeah. So is it available to purchase already?
That one, yeah, because it's released. It's what really propelled the album.
Okay. And
started giving the whole energy and the vibe. So Too Soon, available on Amazon and everywhere else.
Okay. All right.
Every streaming.
Definitely get that one. So I can play it. But the lyrics are so relatable. One of the other things that just stuck out to me was you said when you message her, you won't see the blue ticks.
Yeah.
Do you actually message her?
Well,
have you done it since she's?
Well, no, I haven't done it.
Okay, but sometimes that happens with people, right? That is one way of grieving and their own therapy. But as you said, you will not see those blue ticks. Unless you still have a phone and then you go read it yourself.
And that's what I've done, and I realized that,
oh my goodness,
she probably knew or knew to herself that she was kind of passing. And like when I go back through her messages, like, it was always like, as long as I have you, I am okay, and these types of messages, she was always in tune with my every performance. And even when I was scared for myself, she was just supportive, And
do you mind me asking if was she ill?
Well, she wasn't ill.
Okay.
Like that, we know she had an enlarged thyroid.
Okay.
But it wasn't like she was bedridden or,
So the death was a surprise.
Yeah. It was like pretty much sudden.
Okay, it was sudden.
Yeah. Okay. And it happened within quick time.
Okay.
But it's the mere fact that I've learned to accept life and not really mourn too much, but celebrate. You know what a wonderful person that she was.
Okay.
You know, and I'm to be honest, I'm.
How are you?
During the moment or during the time, I don't think that I really felt it as much.
Okay.
But you know, like now, it's not like I'm missing her a lot because it's like.
You lived with her?
Not.
Okay.
As of late, no.
Okay.
I didn't live with her.
Okay.
But I was there every day. You know, she was my bestie, my best friend.
Okay. So you mean that when you say that? It's not just a song.
No, it's not just a song. Like I mean, and every song that I basically sing is kind of like it's not kind of, but it's a reality. You know, I'm singing life. You know, I'm singing life into music and hoping that my experience can be relatable to other people and help
It
other
is,
people
trust me.
move on from situations or relate to situations that they're going through. You know, and you know, she indeed, you know, was my bestie. That's, you know, she wake up every morning and she sent me a message of how she loved me and whatever. You know, yeah.
Wow.
Every Sunday, I
go for your
go for my
breakfast.
breakfast and I go for my lunch, and if I don't show up, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, so it you know, and like now, like there are certain things that I always want to tell her in terms of like joke form. You know, I'd always bring the latest kicks to her, and you know, she always had this thing saying, "What?" You know, because it's like I feel she was like an angel. You know, she felt that no bad could happen, and you know, everything. She was just so surprised, like, you know, what Colton, like, how that can happen, like, you know.
Oh my, I'm taking you down memory lane a bit there.
Yeah, man.
But how are you though? How are you in terms of life after your mom's death?
I don't know. I've been more in touch with my feelings and more fluent with who that I am and who I am to be, and you know, bringing my message as I've been lamenting on. You know, it's just like bringing that message and bringing people together and spreading the word. You know, like a good disciple. You know, just spreading that word and keeping people together, bringing peace where I can, and spreading love where I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Colty, we have to start winding down the program. Somebody saying that the only other artist they speak like you have tonight is Bob Marley. So that's quite a comparison here. Interesting. But as we wrap up the program this evening, Colton, I know earlier we said that you don't think that people probably still necessarily understand you, but that they feel your energy.
Yeah, definitely.
What is it that you would like us to understand about you, even if it's a small bit, that we have to understand you? Yes, we'll feel the energy, but what is this? What is it that you would like us to understand about Colton T that we've misunderstood probably for quite some time? Yeah.
You see, like I was trying to say in the beginning, it's like I don't want to force anything down anybody's throat. You know, I want people to gravitate to my energy, and I'll keep on bringing that word back, energy. I want people to feel it on their own. You know, I don't want to have to tell somebody that, listen to me, or I want you to understand me. No, I want you to feel me without me having to speak to you. Because I don't really speak here. I speak in the music. That's where I speak. That's where I cry. That's where I bawl. That's where I do everything. And if people, most I can do is to tell people to take time to listen to me, listen to the music.
Yeah.
Everything is in there.
And become familiar with the voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that as well too. Become familiar with the voice.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. All right.
That's really about the message and really about what I'm sending out. You know, because to get to that level or at the level that I am now, you know, I put in a lot of work. You know, and I didn't put it in for the money. You know, I put it in because making people happy truly satisfies me. It satisfies me. Yeah. And yeah, that's very sad for me.
That's very sad for you.
Yeah.
You've had quite a few viewers and listeners as well on the program. Anything that you would like to leave with the audience tonight?
just to keep listening to Colton T, you know, and go support the album, you know, Wednesday, May 15th, you know, go on Amazon and search Impossible Colton T, you know, and go support it, you know, buy the album. We never know, you know, get the message, you know what I mean? Yeah, we have a song for everybody on there, you know, even the Booyah lovers. Lose It is on there.
I love Lose It, actually.
Yeah.
I love
And
Lose
you know
It.
the funny thing about Lose It is like...
I think that's the song they use for the carnival video, promotional video,
yeah,
not so?
yeah,
Yes.
That's it. A lot of Germans have been messaging me that song, you know, they don't understand the words at all, but they're like, it lifts my spirit. And, you know, I've had somebody in Germany who, their mother recently passed as well. And, you know, they like lose it because it makes them
Want to lose it.
yeah.
Okay. Just a few folks, you know, I really just want to just shout out Thaddeus. Thaddeus, I've seen, and I'm watching one of the lives. I don't know what's happening on the other one. And it's just coincidence we ended up with 2 lives tonight. But Thaddeus, you know, Sabina, there's quite a few folks who've been tuned in throughout the program and really just giving feedback. Glenda, just giving feedback, narrating and encouragement. And I really just want to thank all of you guys. My sister Gail, I know she's been locked on. I'm not sure if my brother Bernard is on tonight. But you know, there's quite a few folks who listen and view the program. And you know, the feedback has really been good feedback. Blessings from Chicago. Thank you, Thaddeus. You know, we appreciate your support tonight. It's not very often I see you on this program commenting, so I really appreciate your presence here tonight. And everybody who listened and viewed and played a part, contributed in any way to the program tonight. I think it was a fitting 6th anniversary program.
Yeah, definitely.
I really liked the vibe, Colton. I really liked the communication, and I liked what came from that brain, what you shared with us from your mind. I think you have a lovely mind. They say a beautiful mind, a lovely mind, a creative mind, whatever it is. And I think you're going to succeed.
Definitely.
I think you're going to succeed because you're very positive, you're very confident, and you know what you want. You invest in it, you go for it, you go after it, and that's what's important. So I really would like to thank you for being here tonight on the program. I really do appreciate it, and I really want to wish you well. I think you deserve for us to wish you well and to wish you success in what you set out to do in terms of the music for yourself, but for Dominica as well, and for the other artists in Dominica as well, whom I think, you know, I do not want to say that anybody should take a leaf from your book, but I think that there is a lot that could be learned from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just put it that way. You know, so good luck, my dear, and I will see you on Wednesday night for the launching, Wednesday evening for the launching of I Am Possible, because that's how I see it now, Yeah. You know, that's how I see it now, and I really just want to thank everybody. I love this song, not because it makes me emotional. So I'm gonna have to play it again as we go out. As we go out on the program. I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to say as we wrap up.
I want to thank the viewers as well. I want to say thanks for being on the show as well. You know, and you know, just look forward to more music and more vibes
From Colton.
Yeah, definitely.
Kadisha just made me realize that I didn't take calls tonight.
And that's a good thing.
But we got so deep into the vibe that I felt that probably we could have just continued along those lines.
Yeah.
So thank you, Colton.
Okay.
I will do my wrap up on the theme song, but let's take this one, a bit of this one again.
16 with a big dream. You're the big dream. Mama want it. What's for me to work hard and live to see? From my clock 17, yeah, me get a vision. I'm starting like a man. Wanted to give mama everything. All the sleepless nights, all the things I go through. All the things me was talk with. You felt I didn't have to. All for the mission. you have accepted. But I'm waking up morning, send a message to your phone and I won't get to check things. It's true you left me as a man, and I can provide for myself. But Sunday breakfast and lunch will never be the same no matter how much I practice. But if better you than me, yeah. Cause you'd never have the strength to bury me. So I guess it was all in God's plans. From you I believe this step, it's all my step. It just go through transition of the time. Cause it was hard for me. You left me gone, oh, yeah. Do your memories live on? It's still hard for me. You left me gone, oh, yeah. And do your memories live on? It's still hard for me. It's still hard for me. I was only 16 with a big dream. Got a big dream. All mama wanted was for me to work hard and make this move. When my clock's 17, yeah, me get a vision. I'm starting like a man. Wanted to give mama everything. All the sleepless nights and the things I go through. All the things me do talk with. You felt I didn't have to, but it was all part of the mission. All the things they said, I don't know that it weren't true. And I didn't defend myself. I didn't defend myself. That's not my innocence. Plus I had none to prove. None to prove, yeah. I felt God none to prove. Nothing to prove to God. You left me gone. Do your memories live on? It's still hard for me.
And that's a wrap on the In the Spotlight radio show as we return today. Coming full circle, 6 years from the first program, which was on May 13, 2013. This program making it 158 programs aired so far, and that does not include repeats. These are pure programs that we've done. Of course, along the way, there have been times that we've missed Mondays. There have been times that we've had to put the program on hold for an extended period of time, especially after Hurricane Maria. But we've been going. There are times that, again, in the future, that I will have to probably do a couple of repeats because, as I told you all, in terms of school, exams, and so on, again, I continue to ask that you understand when I actually do that. Okay, we have some good programs, so when we do a repeat, it's all good. Thank you again to Colton Thomas, aka Colton T, for being our guest tonight on the program. I thoroughly enjoyed it. He had me captivated for quite a while in terms of, the whole conversation. So thank you for that, Colton. Thank you, Kadisha, for being here tonight. Thank you to you, the listeners and the viewers. God willing, we will be back here next week, Monday, for another In the Spotlight radio show. Good night, everybody. Until next time.